And Mr. Speaker, it also gives me the opportunity to be the voice for my constituents as well. When we talk about the process, and for example, C9 being one, C5, which is terribly flawed, in my opinion, in the opinion of our caucus, and in the opinion of many law enforcement as well. But Mr. Speaker, one of the things that we're not seeing, these are some of the easy things to do. To have a whole bill dedicated to reforming this, this means that they're not putting in legislation to address some of the other things and calling out where we see it. A perfect example, Mr. Speaker, is the lack of services for those that, for example, in the Canadian justice system dealing with addiction or battling addiction. We are seeing changes in an effort through legislation to try to distract us from the lack of investment going into mental health and addictions treatment for those that truly need it. We are taking mandatory minimums away from people who are trafficking and preying on some of the most vulnerable in our society, yet we're not putting the resources in to get them the help that they truly need. So when we have a bill like this, Mr. Speaker, it's an opportunity to talk about the views from our community on the portfolio of the Attorney General, the Minister of Justice. It's an opportunity where we may find agreement on this, yes, but I could also find time to join the floor of the House of Commons to say what is not in legislation that's forthcoming, what is not in perhaps budget bills that are addressing some of the flawed aspects of the government's intention. I'll just say this as we wrap up. I've always said this, Mr. Speaker. Somebody battling addiction does not need prison time. That is a universal agreement in our country of law enforcement, I believe, of this House. Where we need to target our resources in our criminal justice system is at those that are preying and victimizing on them. At the same time, we need not just pieces of legislation like C9 to increase confidence in our justice system. We need investments that can actually get victims, those that are dealing with addiction, out of our justice system, onto proper help, and getting back on a better trajectory in life, a more positive future for themselves. So, Mr. Speaker, I will say that in review of this, it is time for an update. I look forward to my questions and comments and appreciate the opportunity to speak broadly about confidence in our justice system.